Oi! Welcome to IMHO, eh?
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P today stands for...
What is oi?
Oi is British, typically.
Or Yiddish.
That's true!
What did I say? Oi?
You said oi.
What's a Canadian word? Sorry, maple. Sorry, P stands for puss.
No. The P stands for,
She didn't have one ready.
No, I didn't. But I'll tell you what it does stand for. It stands for a pleasant afternoon. I actually had a pleasant afternoon catching up on Drag Race Canada yesterday and today.
Okay, I did too.
It was nice.
I thought
it was nice to just sit and watch all in a sequence. I mean, it was a lot of time.
Yeah, there was a little bit of fast forward.
I wish I would have done 3 episodes instead of 6, but we did.
We did do a lot.
We did do a lot.
Which was our fault.
And I had a nice time watching it. These performers are great. I had a great time watching.
I think for the most part, a lot of the performers are great.
I didn't say all of them are, but I said a lot. Yeah.
One of my favorite...
I like them.
Yes. One of my favorite things about Drag Race Canada, if you'll allow, even after 5 seasons, the queens don't feel... For the most part, they don't feel... Did you just burp in your mouth?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. They feel reachable. Yeah, we could do that. We'd have to work as hard as they did, but we could do that.
Yeah.
Whereas when you get to, like, current seasons of American Drag Race, they're wearing $10,000 custom outfits. And it's like, well, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that Canada just feels...
It feels a little more relatable.
And warmer. And...
Which is ironic.
Brooklyn Heights, I feel like this season especially. Like, it just all felt so warm. It all felt so family.
I like the direction they're going, how much they used the golden beaver, and then the wooden beaver made its debut. And I liked how...
Wooden it was.
Well, yeah, I appreciate how the judges did their judging this season more than I've ever appreciated it in past seasons. I thought it made forward movement in the use of them.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Whoa, weird. So
we got a lot to cover.
We do have a lot to cover, and because we're covering 6 episodes, we're gonna skip around. We're gonna be silly. We're gonna be silly little girlies. So if you have a thought, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
And it better be exactly the same thought we had.
Yeah.
Or the comment will be deleted. That's what Paula does. I tell her not to. Episode 4 is fast fashion. It is a design challenge. I love a design challenge, don't we all?
Yeah.
It's one of many. We did have just a really quick moment with Sangina talking about she doesn't have a relationship with her mom, and it's because of her mom. Like, her mom has made that decision not to have the relationship.
Well, that was really hard to hear.
Which broke my heart. She looks right into the camera and she's like, Mom, if you're watching, I love you and I forgive you. I'll always be here if you call. I'll always love you no matter what happens. No child should ever have to be that emotionally mature in that situation. But Sangina, I am so proud of you.
Yeah.
What a beautiful person.
And a message to the rest of you,
Grow
if you're
up.
not going to support your kid under any circumstances, you don't need to be having kids.
And if you do have a kid, I'll abort it.
Well, we don't have to do it
with
now.
a gun. Oh yeah, kids do it themselves.
They just get it happens to them all the time.
USA. USA. We had 2 runways. One they brought from home, slow-mo couture, and then the second is fast fashion, where they had to make it, and it had to look like fast fashion, which I thought was funny since RuPaul hates fast fashion.
That is
funny.
funny.
And Brooklyn's like, we all wear fast fashion, just make a fast fashion. Up first, we had Minnie Wang. Now, she talked about being insecure about her shoulders, that she had built this body because it's the body she felt she needed to have in the gay community, which, like, we've all been there. She just actually did it. We stopped at the, like, wanting to do it.
Right.
And now that she's trying to be more feminine, she has these large shoulders, and so she's leaning into it. I gotta say, I was blown away by this look.
It's really good.
It's gorgeous, and those abs, fuck you. Not to you, Minnie. I just like your parents.
Minnie Wang, more like Minnie abs. That's not an 8-pack, that's a 12-pack.
Is it? She should see a doctor. Her fast fashion, I'm gonna be honest with you. It looks like it's from Fashion Nova. Like, yeah.
Style's great, body great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Up next, we have Helena Poison. In previous reviews, we used to review this show. Previous reviews, I called her Helena. The only reason I know the difference is because as I was putting on my makeup tonight, I got a voice note from Helena. And she was like, hey, Darby, with my voice in the background. I'm watching your reviews. I love it. You and Alexis are so funny. Just thought I'd let you know it's Helena. And then she said, like some song, but like, unless it's a musical theater song. I don't know what you're talking about.
Helena.
So
like,
I said,
we're going to lay down and...
Our lives
for Helena with poison.
Whoa! Oh my God, I'm so sorry to interrupt the beautiful one and Alexis, but we have here.
A very important message.
So important. It's so important.
There is a book, and in this book, there are two people named Adam and Eve.
Oh, but then one of them was a hungry bitch and said, I don't care what the consequences are because I'm a hungry bitch. Okay, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
If they changed hungry hippos to hungry bitches and it's just Real Housewives faces trying to eat up little diamonds.
Oh my God.
I would play the shit out of that.
Can we do one?
Pearls?
Can we just please cast each of the hippos as housewives? I'll do two, you do two.
Okay.
Because the first has to be Teresa Giudice.
I think Teresa and Bethany are kind of must-haves.
I think they're opposites.
Yes, but I think they're definitely in the same game.
Okay, so that's the East Coast covered. Yeah. What about the Grand Dame? Karen Huger.
The Grand Dame would be great. That's still East Coast, though. We need a West Coast girl, too. Who could West Coast be? Who was the psychic from Beverly Hills Season 1?
Clinton.
Her name was Clinton?
No, it was something like that, though. It was,
her. Anyway, sorry.
We're
looks
here
like
today. A Tim Burton character.
We're here to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is
Adam and Eve.
Or AdamMail.com if you're kind of... Thank you so much for sponsoring us once again, Adam and Eve. We love your products, and by that I mean we're both having sex now.
Yes, honey. That's how we do it.
Yeah. Adam and Eve is a site where you can buy your discreet adult products and you don't have to go into a dirty store. Now, listen, I've been into a lot of sex stores because of my sex addiction issues in my past. I don't like going into adult shops because, number one, I get recognized. As soon as I walk in, someone goes, hey, you're the one that, didn't you lose a tooth in my cock? And then I have to explain. And then I have to explain. I don't like to explain.
Yeah. Not in the cock. It was like...
the cock came in too hot. It came in too hot.
Yeah.
And it was so skinny. It just knocked out one tooth.
Like a pencil.
I also had really bad tooth health as a child, and I'm dealing with that
Darby!
now.
No.
What? So
we have to just get
AdamandEve.com has incredible products now. I will say that I bought a few things from AdamandEve.com. One of which I know I talk about it often, but it's something I have to do often because I'm so tight. I do use anal stretchers that I got from Adam and Eve, and I want to thank you for that. I also got, can I be honest with you? I got a reasonably sized dildo from Adam and Eve.
Did you bring it with you when you evacuated from the fires?
No, I travel with my own reasonably sized penis, so I don't have to buy an extra one.
Oh.
No, but I'm not what I used to be, okay? I'm not a hungry power bottom. And so if I have to play with the toy, I want it to be reasonably sized. And I got one, and it's pink.
And I want it to come to my house in discreet packaging.
Yes, it's always discreet.
If it's possible, I'd love it to be 50% off.
And it is possible, Alexis. All you have to do is go to adamandeve.com or adammail.com and you can use code IMHO at checkout and you get 50% off one item. Plus free shipping in Canada or the United States. Some exclusion apply. Don't be ridiculous. Okay? Don't be ridiculous. Yes, you can get it for 50% off. And I gotta be honest, some of that shit is expensive.
Yeah,
because
it's
quality.
It is.
Because it's quality.
Oh, wow.
But now with 50% off, you could certainly do it. And if you use our code, if you use IMHO, you're letting Adam and Eve know that we made you horny enough to buy it. And then Adam and Eve goes, we should keep making them horny through them. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
I'm horny.
I think you're horny.
So horny.
We gotta get you a reasonably sized pink dildo.
I've already got one.
Let's order another one. We have a matching set. The sisters who...
What? The sisters... No, finish it. The sisters who what?
The sisters who order from AdamandEve.com or AdamMail.com together slay together.
So thank you once again for sponsoring us, Adam and Eve. And go ahead and use our code so you can get horny too.
AdamandEve.com.
Fuck me. Up first, I can't handle this.
So beautiful.
She, by far, has my favorite paint of the season.
Oh, yeah. It's no
by
secret
far.
Amongst the cast and amongst us that she's
I love those little
so
white,
good.
like, notes all over her face. I want to do stuff like that. Help me.
Well, I don't know how to do it.
Oh, that's true. I said help me and I saw your freckles and I was like, oh, that's where she stops. She could do freckles and then she's going home.
That's it.
Her little fast fashion thing, you know, she has her drippy.
I loved it. I thought it was really cute. Yeah.
I didn't mind it at all.
And it was so on brand for her. Like the poison, the drippy. Love it.
Poison's always drippy.
Poison's dripping.
Then we had Sanjina. Now, this is the best she's ever looked.
So beautiful.
I loved this.
Yeah.
She looked so good.
She looked so pretty.
She felt confident.
She felt beautiful, yeah.
Now, her fast fashion was unfortunate.
I get where she was going, but it was an execution issue.
But she sold the fuck out of it.
She did.
I still kind of wanted to buy it, and I hated it.
She does sell the fuck out of it.
I love her.
Yeah.
But this was bad. Michaela... Now, she got some slack from the judges saying that it looked like she combined two different looks. Like she added more flowy stuff just to make it look more flowy. I don't understand what the problem is.
I don't know what that is.
I don't understand what the problem is.
But I think she looks beautiful.
She looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Her fast fashion, it's not great, but it's not
She's not a
great.
sewer, yeah.
I felt her saying, I'm from the House of Couture. I'm supposed to live up to Isis's, what do you call it? Legacy. And she panicked.
Legacy.
It's still not horrible, though. It's not great. It's not horrible.
No, it's not great. When we were starting out, that's what we would wear. Like back in those days.
Oh, my God.
That fabric with the holes everywhere.
I
thought it was the epitome of
drag.
Chic drag.
Yeah.
The bodysuit with the holes, wanted it desperately.
Desperately wanted it at Malmo.
Never even could afford one.
Never could afford it, Malmo.
And now...
Still can't afford it.
Still can't afford it.
Xana's up next, and she is zany.
I will say, I like this. I like how she said, I'm going to have movement with the feathers, and how she says she's a moth. I did like it.
It's great.
I don't like the character she plays on TV, but I loved this look.
And then her fast fashion, it didn't strike me as fast fashion. I can't imagine where you would buy that. Akira, let's be honest. However, it's cool as fuck.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
I like how she said the safety pins are just for decoration. I actually sewed everything. That is such a cunty thing to say. I love her.
That is funny, yeah.
Then we had Jaylene Time. She was paying homage to Turtle Island.
Oh my God, so beautiful.
I was obsessed with this.
Also turtles, tortoise in the hair, that's a race, fast. Love it.
And we should end racism. Is that where you were going? You said race.
The tortoise in the hair, they race, like in a track.
I thought you were saying they were different races.
No.
Okay. And then her fast fashion look, the judges went up for it. I like it. She looks good, but I think any other queen would have been red for, she just kind of tied a belt around that fabric.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot more went into like the making of it. It looks a lot more simple than it probably was. I don't know. It didn't do it for me, but she looks beautiful. It's styled beautifully.
Yeah.
Then we had Uma, obsessed.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Literally, I can't love it more.
This is so funny.
Good. And the knees around
her knees. My God, her knees.
She's got bony knees, knobby knees. You know, I used to have knobby knees. Now I just have knees that used to work.
You are kind of like a giraffe because you're so tall in skin.
That's an ostrich.
But like if you were an animal, I think you'd be a giraffe.
It's safe.
I think I'd be a squirrel.
A squirrel?
Yeah. Like nuts in my mouth.
I think you'd be a raccoon for sure.
I don't think I would.
Yes, you would.
Oh,
you live in the trash?
To eat out of the garbage.
You
Not anymore, bitch. My place is nicer than yours.
That's not true. Wait. That came out so fast. Explain yourself. What do you mean it's nicer?
It's a higher price range. It's a higher elevation.
It's a higher price range?
Yeah.
You pay more in rent than I do?
The total rent? How much is your total rent?
$10,000.
A month?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm mistaken.
No, your place is beautiful. And now her fast fashion was bad.
No, not for me.
It was bad. It was
not for me.
Visible bra is never okay. Virgo Queen. I liked it. It was very simple. I honestly thought this was her design challenge when I first saw it. I thought she made that day.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not doing a lot for me. Now, what she made is kind of cute.
It's really cute, yeah.
It's cute. If anything, it just looks like there was more thought put into this look than the first.
I like how she styled it, too.
She's got great style.
She's also stunning.
She's got style. She's got flair. She was there. That's how she became herself.
Oh.
Then we had Perla. Fuck me.
Oh,
Fuck me.
I loved this. Now, y'all know, I've been very vocal about I don't think square of fabric as cape is okay. But for some reason, I like this.
It's because she's the size of a postage stamp. And so any shape would look good on her because it all makes her look so small.
Well, that, and I just love how all over it is.
Mm-hmm.
I love this little bitch right
Perla
here.
was
I love her.
One of my absolute standouts, if not my standout. I want to go back and just look at her.
She's so good in every way.
Yeah, I love her. I don't love how small she is. It freaks me out. Her fast fashion did not look like fast fashion, but it was fashion. This was so cool to me.
Yeah, I like the idea of the floating dress on the black. I think it's cool.
In a surprise twist, Minnie won. Although I say surprise twist, but I get it.
That was her second win, right? Or no, it was her first win.
I think this might be her first, yeah.
We watched a lot of it.
We did. So Minnie wins. Congrats, Minnie. You looked incredible.
Yes.
I'm going to be thinking about that first look for a while. Not in a weird way. Not like a sexual way at all. I don't even know why you would take it to that place, Minnie. We're not like that, you know? Why did she bring that up?
You're married.
Anyway, Minnie saves Michaela. She uses her beaver on Michaela. So it's Sanjina versus Uma. Sanjina's top immediately falls off as soon as the song starts. Oh no.
Excuse me.
Do you have COVID?
No.
Oh, it came to me. When I was doing my makeup, I was watching old 48 Hours, and they were all from 2020. There's something it already must be so difficult for a family member to go on 48 Hours and talk about their murdered loved one. There's something so dark about seeing a family member going on 48 Hours to talk about their murdered loved one via Zoom. So Sanjina's top falls off. She has to go.
Yeah,
she leaves.
The costume really made her struggle.
I loved her as a TV character. I loved hearing more of her own personal story. I loved the trans representation. I loved it all. I don't think her drag is at the level yet that she could have won this show.
Right.
I think she needs a little more baking.
Yeah.
Episode 5, the one where they went 90s. They're doing girl groups, baby.
Oh, girl group.
Before we get into the girl groups, though, I do just want to say Brad Goreski.
Mm-hmm.
You look hot.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. You look ridiculous. It looks like he's going into a high school and saying, "What's up, kids? Tell me about the drugs."
Well, I feel like that's how they dressed in the 90s. In high school.
Oh, you know what? I have watched some old-timey movies back from the 90s.
Yeah, like Fresh Prince.
They do look exactly like this. And he and Will Smith do
probably
look exactly
in LA.
Right. The first group are the Backdoor Girls. Get it? Because gay sex, anal. They're doing the song Duh. Now, what I loved about this group does Best Friends Forever, and then the other group does Best Friends Forever. Not.
Yeah.
So this is the good girl group. Jaylene, Uma, Minnie, and Helena. Uma did make me laugh with her lyrics, because she's like, "We kissed, but just as friends." Wait. And then there's a really long pause, and she goes, "Am I a lesbian? I gotta call my mom." During that pregnant pause, I was like, what is happening? And then I realized it was on purpose.
That's fine. That's funny.
That is funny. Yeah. That is funny. Then we do VMXP. That's Virgo, Perla, Xana, and Michaela. This group was fire, except for Xana. She was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
She did a pre-recorded verse that was still offbeat. The woman who helped them with the recording even said, like, "I know you were struggling with the rhythm," or whatever. They couldn't fix that in post? Could they fix that in post?
I think
Katy Perry has a career.
I think... Yeah, I mean, from what I heard, it was like there was too many words in the song. Like, it didn't scan correctly.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't make music.
And we never will.
I just make jingles.
I do absolutely 100% want to wear this Perla look. This Perla look makes me so horny.
Yeah. Oh, and I like that Virgo Queen had the Adele wig. I'm gonna miss Adele.
What? Where's she going? Oh, she's taking a break.
She's taking her break for 15 years.
Yeah, good for her. Speaking of breaks, Cameron Diaz is back.
I know.
I'm loving it.
I love
she looks
her.
great.
I think she
had no work done. Well, it looks like she got a nose job. But other than that, I love all her wrinkles.
Yeah, she's great.
She looks gorgeous.
She's fun.
I love a naturally aged face. I say that as I age. So they had to do grunge and glamour. Up first, we had Virgo.
Oh my God.
This blew me away.
So fucking good.
This blew me away.
Literally.
The fact that it was all sequin or rhinestone, fuck off.
Yeah. Top.
Very. Top me now. Then we had Perla again.
Oh, I love it.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. She is so fashion, and her nose contour is so perfect. I'm obsessed with it.
I actually liked Xana's. I liked that it was a reference to Buffy, and I like Buffy.
Yeah, I will say of all of the costumes, this one felt the most costumey. Like, I could have bought that.
Yeah.
In a gay costume store for gay people. Then we had Michaela. I loved it.
This is also so good.
I loved it so much. I loved the boxers. They were rhinestoned boxers. That is so cunt. I love that during the judging, her bottom grill fell out as she was talking, just teeth on the ground. Funny. Because we expect that to happen to us one day.
Yeah.
Minnie Wang, I hated when she walked out in that coat because it looked like she wasn't ever going to take it off. And she's like, see, my coat's so great. And I was like, oh no, Minnie. But then she took it off. She took it off and it was worth the wait.
Points to her for not taking it off right in the beginning. At least we got a little bit of time with her.
Yes, points to her for going all the way to the end of the runway. Thank you, Minnie.
Because long black trench coat is...
It was still
grunge.
It was still styly. It was still... It went around her head. Not crazy. Coat for your head? Then we had Uma. I'm going to be honest with you. I liked it a lot. The problem with it is when she walked down the runway, it looks like it's pants. That's not pants. It's a maxi dress.
Oh, really?
Which is very grunge. It's very Courtney Love. I love her makeup. I love her hair. it's a bummer that it looked like pants.
I love her makeup in this episode, yeah.
Yeah.
In this runway.
It's just a bummer it looked like pants. Then we had Helena Poison.
I don't see the problem.
Thank you.
I thought this was great. I mean, we did see Virgo Queens was so good with the flannel, but this is also really good and fun.
Look at her body. Look at
the hair with the butterfly clips. Also, her verse was standout because with the Chicka Cherry.
Get out of here. She looks incredible. I did not understand it.
She did call it olden days, though. She loves the olden days.
That's hard to hear. That is hard to hear.
I mean, we were children.
We were so small.
Get it?
We couldn't even do math. I mean, she can't do it now, but at least she had hope that she could do it later.
I know that 1 + 1 =
Speaking of being alive in the 90s, Jaylene Time. Listen.
Don't love this.
What do you not like about it?
The skirt is not enough skirt for me. If you're going to do it, do it. And I think that some people...
That's not very grunge, though.
But you're also on Drag Race.
Oh, that's what this is.
No hate to her. She's mother. But I also feel like some people need higher hair, bigger hair. There's a drag way to do that beanie situation with bigger hair. And just the proportionate of it just looks like a big black t-shirt. When she took the overcoat off and there was an undercoat, the plaid undercoat that was like, I loved that. I love this color hair on her, though. No, she looks beautiful, always. It's absolutely It just wasn't my favorite.
No, I get that. Michaela wins, I think rightfully so.
Yeah,
she a little too easy for her. Slayed. She saves Helena, which catches Helena off guard. I thought that was such a sweet moment, too. Helena, this whole season, has just had a beautiful storyline. Like, she really came to life. She has a storyline that I think Layla McQueen could have had if she had the right storyline.
And they both have incredible paints. Yeah. And she's not saying this because you DM'd her. But if some of the other girls want to DM us, we'll probably be on your side too. Helena.
Oh, no. Even if you hadn't... Well, you DM'd me to correct me. I'm not going to be nicer because of that. And then it's Jaylene versus Xana. They do the lip sync. I got to be honest with you. I didn't think Xana clearly won that one.
No, me neither.
But I didn't necessarily know who did. But Xana does stay. Jaylene goes. And on her way out, she says, I'm a surthriver.
She's not a survivor. She's a surthriver.
I'm going to start using that. That's brilliant.
But are you a thriver?
When I thrive, I'll start using it.
Nice.
So I've got a while. Episode 6, Snatch Game. Let's go.
I can contribute something.
Okay. Let's go to the library. I wrote OMG so bad. Oh.
Yes. And it's time for our classic segment. Everyone's always asking for it. Did I LOL? So let's start with Perla. No. I didn't.
No.
I love her.
Yeah, no.
Uma?
No.
No. Xana?
No.
No. Minnie? I did.
Oh.
But only because she was like, you have to stop smoking. I think that's funny.
Oh, that was funny.
That's
yes,
funny.
But no.
Michaela, unfortunately, I didn't laugh.
No.
Virgo?
No.
She kind of checked out during these 2 episodes.
She did have a little bit of a struggle.
She had a little bit of a stumble.
Which I think they could have capitalized a little more on to give her a more dynamic storyline. And it does seem like a missed opportunity, but go ahead, I'm sorry.
And then for Helena, I wrote sure.
Helena was the only one that actually had jokes.
She did.
And that, it's rough for that to be the case. One that did kind of make me laugh was to Minnie. She said, you remind me of my childhood fireplace, which is already a hilarious setup. You remind me of my childhood fire... What's your childhood fireplace?
Well, one time I put a slug in a Easter egg and left it in my childhood fireplace.
You are a monster. We used to hunt slugs with salt.
Yeah, we did that too. It's really bad. But back then, when you're a kid,
we didn't have the internet.
You just want them away.
We didn't have the internet.
We didn't have TikTok.
She says, you remind me of my childhood fireplace. Warm, comforting, dazzling, painted brick. That's funny. That's funny. I don't, unfortunately...
I don't agree.
With all of Minnie's shortcomings... Achievements. You can't say her paint's bad. Or her drag.
Yeah. But it's fun.
I tried.
It's just a shady.
I tried. Oh my God.
But it's funny. It's a funny idea.
Can I tell y'all? After we reviewed the first couple episodes and then just stopped, Minnie did reach out and she's like, I get it.
Because you were very voraciously against.
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
And now, look at her.
She fucking killed it. Yeah. But I will say this, I don't think I was the only one who doubted her, okay?
No.
But she's been
it's very
really
easy
sweet.
To doubt pit crew members.
She's been really sweet. We've been back and forth. Whoa. As a former pit crew member of Camp Wanakiki Season 2, that was really fucked up for you to say.
You weren't pit crew. You were spit crew. You had to collect the spit buckets.
Oh, not my own spit. Thank God. I'm running out.
You're not a spitter.
I'm a quitter. So I DM'd her today and I just said, hey, we're going to film tonight. Do you have a final read for me? Since I was like kind of a bitch in my first couple episodes. And she said, I do enjoy knowing you had to choke down on this wang so hard because I made it to the finale. Ha 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 ha.
Minnie!
Yeah. So fuck you. No, Minnie, I've really grown to just adore her. Yeah. Simply adore her. And as someone who's married, listen, Minnie, your wang is very tempting. Okay?
Yeah.
And when my husband dies in that fire next week that I didn't set because I wasn't even in town, I'm going to call you. And I promise you, I'm a nightmare to live with. And my body's gotten kind of weird.
And I come with her.
Well,
we often
now I'm blocked.
At the same time.
Now I'm blocked. Okay. We have the Snatch Game, and then let's also do the Alien Superstar Runway while we're talking about their Snatch Game. I do want to quickly just point out that Brooklyn's look is one of my favorite looks I've ever seen her in. I absolutely adore this. I know it's just a leopard print bikini with like the Catholic thing. I love it.
It's cool. The loincloth makes it look like she's got a droopy crotch, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're being really judgmental. Is your crotch perky?
Listen, I've had problems with my crotch since I was born.
Oh yeah, you got the wrong one. Up first, we have Helena as Jennifer Tilly. I gotta be honest. Vocally was spot on.
Down, bitch.
She looks great.
I thought there were some funny jump bits in there.
I don't think she was the worst.
No.
Overall, even Brooklyn says
the biggest issue I have is this unique vintage dress that I don't think Jennifer Tilly would actually wear.
Only because Jennifer Tilly has Simpsons money, but she absolutely would wear that.
She would wear, she does give rockabilly energy.
Yeah, 100%. Now, her Alien Superstar look sent me to the moon and back.
Insane.
You know it's good when they close up on the makeup as soon as you hit the runway.
Yeah.
Insane.
Will you teach us how to do our makeup?
No, don't. I can't. I barely learned this. This took me 10 years to learn. Please don't make me learn something new.
So good.
Michaela as Oprah. Now, let me tell you. Michaela is young. She was born
She's only 20.
in 2002.
Can I see Michaela?
Here's the problem. Oh.
Why would you say that? Are you trying to hurt my feelings?
No. Didn't you have an abortion at prom in 2002? I'm saying.
Thanks for shoving that in my face. You know that I can't have an abortion. It's the one thing I want. Because I am trans.
I want an abortion.
Daddy, I want an abortion.
I'll hit you in the stomach. Here's the problem. Oprah is a very specific character.
Yeah.
And you're presenting Oprah to Brad and Brooklyn, who were watching Oprah live at the time.
Yeah.
I just think she was too young to truly get the character of Oprah.
Yeah.
She missed every Oprah saying completely and totally. Yeah. Now her alien look, though.
Also great.
Incredible.
Really good.
Then we had Perla doing Mary-Kate. Dare I say, doing very Mary-Kate.
She was doing very Mary-Kate.
But I loved
she was doing
it.
very good. I don't know if we're because the very Mary-Kate.
What do you mean?
It's kind of like stealing someone's jokes, don't you think? It's a little bit like Gottmik doing Nikki Glaser. It's lifting. She was good, but I just don't. I wonder, and I love Perla so much.
If Very Mary-Kate were highly successful, but I feel still running series, maybe. But no, I get it.
Yeah, I guess. I just wonder if it's fair.
You're also an Olsen
to
twin
do a
apologist.
I don't have anything to apologize for. They're perfect.
Yeah, and they never would apologize for anything, so it's perfect.
I don't know how I feel. I mean, it was enjoyable. She did a really great job, but it is like someone's character that's already. You know what I mean? It's not an impression of someone. She did what that character does.
I didn't see it as stealing because she didn't steal jokes.
I don't have bad...
The characterization was similar, but I don't think that that's bad.
Yeah, I guess so.
I
apologize. I wasn't turned off to Perla.
Apologize to her.
I wasn't turned off to Perla. I just was thinking I don't know if this is fair because there's she didn't come up with those jokes.
Get my ears. She didn't steal any jokes. It was the characterization.
No, but...
I think my hearing is going because I didn't hear an apology in any of that. Do you want to apologize to Perla?
Okay. Bend down. I'll do it single camera.
I can't bend too far because of my age.
Perla, I don't know what it is like to be on a show and do a snatch game. I will never know. So, I apologize. I was not mad at you. I don't think you're... less than what I thought before. I think you're amazing and actually one of my favorites from the season. So I apologize for insinuating otherwise.
Okay, get down. I'm going to do one now too.
Okay.
That was a really long and laborious way of her saying sorry and that she was very, very wrong.
Okay, I have an agenda.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry!
I wish I could have heard that, though. Can you hear what I'm saying when I'm doing mine?
No.
Okay, good. So her alien look, though, holy fuck.
Oh my god, shut up.
I don't even want to...
Everyone, shut up. I want to go to this planet.
I can't handle it.
I want to wear that dress, period. That's so cool.
And I want to wear that dress while having my period. That's how cool it is to me. Then we have Virgo as Judge Lynn Toller, which is like a Judge Judy-esque Canadian character. It was bad. But her alien runway look...
was good.
Was so good.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was so cute.
Yeah.
It gave me alien. Then we had Uma as Dee Grunig, who is the sponge lady.
I remember the sponge lady.
Oh, of course.
Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a good impression. There just wasn't any jokes.
Wasn't even really an impression. She was just really into her sponges.
Yeah.
Girl, look up from your sponge once or twice. Her alien look,
I thought
was so cool and
I thought it was really cool and kind of scary.
And it was so different from what she presents. I would make some little changes, but that's just because I don't want anyone to be in control. Then we had Xana as Betty Page. Now let me tell you this.
This was weird.
The fact that she suddenly decided Betty Page talked like Minnie Mouse or whatever was so funny to me. It was a weird voice, no explanation, and she stayed on it the whole time.
The fact that she stayed in it the whole time made me like it, but I didn't want to.
I didn't either, although I love Xana. I wanted to root for Xana, but I was like, well, how's Betty Page funny? She made it funny.
She made it funny.
Xana's runway, I have to admit, I didn't understand. It did seem like she was wearing that jeweled bodysuit you can get on Amazon or AliExpress with a 3D printed thing over it. Was that
incorrect?
It
was cool. I just didn't... I wish I would have seen her makeup.
Though. That's AliExpress.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought the alien portion of it was cool. I just didn't understand why we weren't seeing her face.
Then we had Minnie as Chairman Mao. When introducing her, Brooklyn said the one thing that Brooklyn's ever said that made me laugh. She said, he's here to get commune nasty. Which usually would make me want to just stab myself in the face if I ever heard that said. But there was something about her delivery. She's out of drag, playing Snatch Game. She looked a little goofy. It was just, I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. She made me laugh.
Minnie
made me laugh.
I didn't know if it was okay to laugh at first, and then I decided it was.
I laughed quietly, and I kept doing this. every time I laughed, just to make sure no one was around. It did make me laugh that she said, I have this book, this red book.
Yeah.
And she goes, why do you have a red book of Wangs? And she goes, I just like to sketch dicks. And then she starts going through the pages, and it's just different drawings of penises. That was so funny.
That was so funny.
That was so Minnie.
Can you do a YouTube video where you just go through all the pictures?
Now, Minnie's alien look.
Oh,
I lived.
Sick.
I lived.
Yeah.
I just want to know who her team is, because she has put together the best package.
It's really
good.
It's
so fucking good. So, during the Snatch Game, we hit the end of Snatch Game. No one is more relieved than me. And Xana wins in the middle of Snatch Game.
Oh, now this was an interesting twist.
Loved. They hand her this wooden beaver, which, like, haven't we all wanted a wooden one?
Yes.
And she wins. They don't tell her what the wooden beaver will do. They just say, here you go. You'll use this later. Congrats, you won. That was so bizarre.
Took a really rough episode and then instantly made me interested.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Listen, producers, now this one's
a good one.
You did good. They do get to the judging. Xana finds out that she is exempt from judging since she won. So everyone else is going to get judged while she just sits and watches. Of course, holds on to her wooden beaver. So the whole deal is Xana gets to pass
the wooden beaver
to one person.
That person gets to pass it to another person, and then a third pass. And then, boom, done. Meaning there's going to be a bottom 3, not a bottom 2.
Whoa.
A bottom 3.
So Xana passes to Perla because Perla saved her before, so she felt like she owed her something. But then she also said, plus I can beat her in a lip sync if I have to.
I don't know. We saw Perla. Perla did good.
She can't. But I love Xana. I love the attitude. I love it all. Perla passes it to Helena. Again, Helena is shocked. She's like, what? Which just endears her to us more. And then she passes it to Minnie, which I think was rightfully so. We find out Uma, Michaela, and Virgo are going to lip sync. I think that makes sense based on the Snatch Game. They were all pretty bad. They do this lip sync that I think it gets a little clear that Uma is out of her depth in this particular song.
Uma got really activated.
Say it.
In Untucked. What did you think about it? It felt misput. Wrong energy. Wrong time.
Her last couple episodes, she felt activated.
I think she was flailing.
And she was panicking. It read as theater kid energy.
I think something that happens with these kinds of shows, maybe to a degree, Sanjina went through this. I think Joella in season 17 is going through this right now. A lot of people, big fish in small ponds. In your pond, you think you get told you're really funny, you're really hilarious.
Joella thinks she's a big fish.
Didn't you say that?
No, she thinks she is, but she's not actually a big fish. Uma might actually be a big fish.
Right. Same deal, though.
Oh, okay.
Thinking you're a big fish in a small pond, or actually being a big fish in a small pond and having a lot of yes people around you, gassing you up, which your yes people should.
They should be gassing you up.
I personally don't have any yes people. Oh, I do now, Austin.
Yeah, but can you trust him?
Yeah.
He's dating you. So Uma goes, and I'm relieved.
It was her time.
I enjoyed what she brought. I did enjoy her. But the musical theater kind of what do you call it?
Twiddled out.
Not meltdown, because that's too strong a word, but kind of like...
It was a bit of a meltdown,
yeah. It was great. So then we go into episode 7, The Devil Wore Custom. They have to design a look that Brooklyn is actually going to model herself.
Oh, I liked this challenge.
And on top of that, Suki Doll came in to help the girls.
I thought this was such a fun episode.
Me too. Suki looked incredible.
Yes.
At first I was a little worried because she came in with Brooklyn. They did the walk around where they're talking through their sketches and then they left. And I was like, well, that's not really helpful, Suki Doll.
Yeah, but then she came back. And she was like, you each have 15 minutes with me. And she worked those 15 minutes.
She did.
She's like, come on, give me the stuff. I'll do it. And then she did it. I thought that was so cool.
I loved that.
This whole episode was really, really fun.
Really fun. You could tell the producers are like, we have to switch stuff up this season.
Yeah, because everyone hates the judges.
And they tried stuff that I don't think would have worked on other series, but it worked beautifully.
Oh, could you imagine if RuPaul actually wore it?
No.
She would never.
She would never.
Barbie Breakout would do this. And she would have so much fun.
She would have a blast.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about with Brooklyn this season. Just seemed to be...
used correctly.
Yes. There's going to be 2 runways. One, they get to walk, which is the wardrobe malfunction they brought from home.
Fun.
The second, Brooklyn walks, and it's whatever they make for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Love the idea. Up first, we had Minnie. This blew me
This
away.
was so adorable.
Blew me away.
I mean, when it comes out, it just looks like a little baby doll dress.
They joked that, like, what's this JoJo Siwa thing happening? And then, boom, her dress stands above her head.
Coming out, giving it time to settle, and then she does the reveal.
Yeah. She's talented.
Yeah.
Now, her Brooklyn look was...
I thought turned out great.
Gorge.
So great.
I wonder how many... Minnie, please answer this question. How many... Did you make some of your own outfits? Did you... 'Cause this is, like, good. Are you good?
She would wear that.
I would wear this so hard. I would not show my bare legs, though, because I have those hairs. Then we had Virgo. Now, she looked incredible.
This was really good.
But I agree with the judges. The wardrobe malfunction was not exactly noticeable.
Yeah, if it had... Yeah.
Because if the wardrobe malfunction is that your corset doesn't fit, then make it not fit.
Maybe it should have been more space in between the ribbons and then more ribbons so you're like fully straitjacketed. But she looks amazing.
She looks amazing. It just didn't exactly make sense. Now, her Brooklyn look, I completely agree with the judges. It had the ability to look great. The idea is great.
Once you get into it, it's bad.
It was just not made for her body.
Executed poorly.
It was just not made for her body.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love the idea.
Same. Then we had Helena. Now, I appreciated Helena's because she comes out in, let's be honest, one of the ugliest dresses I've ever seen. And then she falls out of it. It falls off her or whatever.
Yeah.
I loved those. I loved the little storytelling moments of the malfunctions because we didn't get that with everyone.
Helena then rips off the top piece of her hair.
Oh my God, I completely
exposing her brain.
Yeah.
So it's not one malfunction, it's two malfunctions.
And the second malfunction will kill you. Now, her Brooklyn look, I loved.
Yeah, hardcore.
I loved the silver accents. Yeah, she looked amazing.
The poofy on the one side.
She looked amazing.
She looked great.
Then we had Xana. Now listen, her wardrobe malfunction was a mess. It was its own
actually
malfunction.
just looked like it was ripped up.
But I did like that she had a couple elements built in to go wrong while kind of laboring down the runway. Because she comes out and her bra's sticking through her shirt and you're like, oh no, she's already had a malfunction. And then she had a few malfunctions happening on the runway and I liked that idea. Unfortunately, in order for it to be a malfunction, I need to know what the outfit was supposed to look like first.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell what it was supposed to be.
I would have just come out and had a big long train, but then the back of the train is on fire.
Well, that's just because you went through the fires recently. It's all you're thinking about.
Oh, no.
I would have done it where I had a train, but at the end, it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
No.
And he's fucking Barney in the butt.
Yeah. I love you. You love me. I would actually, I changed my mind. I would do it where I look beautiful.
Is that the malfunction?
The malfunction.
I realize how stupid that is, given how beautiful you look right now.
No, thank you. You look
I want
so
to deny
beautiful,
it.
too.
I want to deny it, but I can't.
I'm wearing corsets again,
No, it's your makeup. I mean, your corset looks great, but it's your makeup.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Here's what I would do. I would do toilet paper on the shoe, and then at the end of the toilet paper, poop.
But that's just like everyday life for you.
Well, it's not a malfunction for me. It's just functional.
My normal function is poop on toilet paper. Now, Xana's look for Brooklyn was poop on toilet paper.
Insane.
It was so bad.
It was insane. That was a bigger wardrobe malfunction than what she was wearing.
Than her tits falling out. I have to say, I was blown away by her confidence. When she was walking down the runway and she's like, it looks great. No.
Oh my God, and this was the front train. Baby, that doesn't exist.
It was so bad. Yeah, bless her.
Perla.
Now, Perla's malfunction is that she's drunk. So she rhinestoned her throw-up wine stains down her dress. During Trauma Talk, she was talking about getting sober. And then a bunch of the girls ended up talking about their sobriety. Yeah. I thought that was a really beautiful moment. And she says, like, as she's walking down the runway, I want to do this as like a way of kind of saying goodbye to this girl.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That was really sweet, and I like how it looks.
It looks amazing, yeah. Now...
Oh, I loved her.
I loved her Brooklyn look. It's such a bummer that one of the stitches snapped when she was putting it on, so you could see Brooklyn's butt. But But if it hadn't happened, this would have been my winner. This really is gorgeous. But I love a light blue. You know,
you love a light blue. You love a short with flowy.
Did you see somebody commented on IMHO the podcast is out now?
Episode 1 is out.
By the time this comes out, episode 2 is probably out too. I don't know. I've got a lot on my plate. Someone wrote like, oh, thank God the background's not blue.
Technically, the background has been green this whole time.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Fuck you!
Yeah, fuck you!
Idiot.
Stop watching us, you bitch!
Technically, green is blue, though. It's just got a little yellow in it.
And that's what I say about my sheets.
You say sheets are yellow?
They got a little yellow in them.
Oh, because you piss.
Because of piss.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't peed my bed in this new place yet.
Well, we know what's happening
Speaking
tonight.
of yellow.
Michaela Couture.
She looks beautiful.
She looks beautiful. The original idea was that she was doing the Asia malfunction of the butterflies being dead.
I don't buy it.
But then she turns around and the back of her skirt had been busted open.
I do believe that her body has changed. But if you're going to do it, then throw some dead butterflies on the ground and be like...
Well, okay, that's what I was about to say. I wonder what the gag was. Like, I wonder what the malfunction was. She clearly abandoned it to be like, oh, well, my skirt's ripped, so I'll just use that. But I wish she had done... Come on. The best part of Asia's dead butterflies... Well, no, there's a lot of good parts. I can't say this is the best part, but one of the top 10 favorite things about Asia's dead butterflies was that they came out of her giant circle titties.
That's what you needed to do.
You needed a circle titty. I'm so sorry. You needed to fully recreate it. That would have been so iconic.
What would you have done for a malfunction?
Circle titties. Full of dead beetles, though.
Oh!
Because I'm making it my own.
Oh!
Now, her Brooklyn look, I didn't mind.
Not bad. If anything, I would have wanted a little more tulle on the arm capes. But otherwise, I thought it was quite good for
when Brooklyn was like, trend alert.
Arm capes, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. She was having so much fun. I just really enjoyed Brooklyn this season more than I ever have.
It's because she was used correctly.
Now, before we get into all of that, we do need to talk about the Untucked, because the Untucked was crazy.
It was very entertaining.
They get their notes. Michaela knows that she didn't do great, according to the judges. But she was like, but I'm sitting here in my joy because...
I sewed an outfit. It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
I feel really good about that.
So, of course, Xana, as Xana has kind of done...
Slowly.
Whenever anyone... Whenever anyone
pick.
feels confident, she'll kind of pick at it. Which, like, Xana, I get it, girl. I have also been mentally ill. Is that too harsh? No, I was.
No. She was like, they tripped up on your outfit.
Yeah, so she's like, well, but they tripped up on your outfit. Which, like, actually, Xana, they really struggled with your outfit. And... she blows up. Michaela blows up, rightfully so.
It was
in my mind.
Yeah, me too. The comment by itself was pretty innocuous, but...
The moment. Why would you do it?
Innocuous. But yeah, the moment, it's been a build-up. I'm sure they're tired. Michaela snaps. And I agree.
I completely agreed with her.
I see exactly where she's coming from.
Runs off. She's screaming, I'm done, I'm done. Brooklyn, they cut to the judges as they're, like, deliberating, and they're like, what the fuck? Brooklyn goes, did someone just quit? Is that Michaela? Then Michaela comes back in the room and she says the best line. I fucking love this. She's screaming, I've never tried to make you feel low. And you pull this shit.
That's the tea.
Michaela, you handled it beautifully.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope she does not come down too hard on herself after watching it.
I so related to her in that moment because when you're doing your best, you're trying to do this job, which is crazy enough, but you're also trying to, like, not let your shit spill over into other people.
Yes.
And when someone does it to you, it's like, do you understand how hard I am working to not
do that.
Blow up on someone because I'm feeling the stress of this competition and you have no problem doing it? I completely see where Michaela is coming from.
I didn't take it like that. I took it more as like, you've been pulling this shit this whole fucking time.
Well, that was me, but
bitch.
That's me, what I would think. But yes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's 100% like, she can't get away with it. She can't go unscathed this whole time.
Minnie, bless her heart, is like, don't say something she's disgusting, you might regret it, whatever, which like, I thought was nice, but like, maybe not the right time. So Michaela's like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. They're like, well, can we clear the air? And she's like, no. So they go back on the runway.
Yeah.
Nothing's fixed. Loved it. Yeah. Tension. Minnie wins. Congrats, Minnie. So the bottom two are Xana and Virgo, which I agree. Yeah. I agree. They have to do Taking Chances by Celine Dion. It's one of my favorite Celine Dion songs. I love Taking Chances.
I do too. And Virgo?
I have a hard time taking chances. I couldn't stop watching Virgo because Virgo was clearly performing.
She was feeling it.
Well, she was performing it as her, like as herself and as her age. Taking Chances is such a mom, early aughts, late 90s feel. It's an older crowd that loves Celine and this kind of music. So seeing Virgo do it in such like a younger, truly like, she was in her own world. I couldn't stop watching her.
I also think it's knowing what level of performance to give for the song. Yeah, you're on Drag Race, but sometimes doing just lip syncing and feeling the song is way better than trying to fit in tricks.
The confidence. It's the confidence. And I feel like that's something that we talk about every fucking season of every different franchise. If you can slowly and confidently deliver a lip sync, there's something so good about that. That's classic drag. Mauma.
I wish I could do it.
So Xana goes. Goodbye, Xana.
Bye. Oh, Michaela doesn't clap when she walks out. There is no reconnection.
They hadn't worked through it, though.
No, I understand that, and I'm on Michaela's side, but...
It was nice, though, when Xana was leaving, like, in the workroom, she said, like, and I'm so sorry we didn't get to work this out, but, like, Michaela, hopefully we'll work this out, and I love you, and whatever. I thought it was sweet. Episode 8, I'm calling the Top 5 reunion, because that's really basically all it was. What it was. It was Watch What Happens Live version of Brad Goreski's, I don't even know what it's called.
Brad News.
I literally wrote, not funny, took it too seriously, so long. I don't know, This episode wasn't necessary. This episode just felt so unnecessary. I will say that I was obsessed with Perla's look.
Yeah, I don't know what they were saying about Perla wasn't
Well, here's my thing. They're making the last challenge before the final 4 a highly interpretable challenge. It was 5 of them doing a very long, laid-back kind of reunion type thing. That is not a challenge. Unless someone shit the stage, there's no way.
That was the last episode for the wardrobe malfunction.
Oh yeah, they should have shit on that runway. This was, they wanted to control who the top 4 were, in my opinion. And I'm gay, so I have one. Now, I will say I was thrilled that T.S. Madison was there.
She is so good.
I love her so much.
She should be a permanent judge on something.
On all of them. So the runway was statuesque. Helena made me want to die.
So good. It reminds me of the character from Doctor Who. There's one episode about a statue.
Perla. Now,
I liked it.
I love her brain because instead of doing a statue, she did a bust.
Which is a statue.
Which is why she had the sleeves the way she had them. So it did look like she was just a bust. I think it's so interesting.
I think it's
so interesting. I'm sorry. I think it's so interesting. I know it doesn't exactly fit the brief the way they wanted her to, but to me, that was just another way of them being like, we don't want you to continue on.
Twist on the challenge.
Because that was a clever twist that really made me go, wow. Then we go to Virgo, who I have to be honest, looks great. What's new, interesting, or different about this?
She's got that scale.
Never mind. I was wrong. I'm an idiot.
Other queens scaled it back. She scaled it
forward.
Forward.
Which is what you have to do. You have to pay at scales.
Yeah.
Then we had Michaela. I loved this.
Beautiful.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it so much.
So good.
I loved the heel. I thought it was so fun. Then we had Minnie. Now, Minnie was doing a prawn
She was a famous statue in Australia.
Because she's not from
Canada. Absolutely. She's not originally. She's from Australia.
This was so fucking good.
It was really good.
I do not expect any less from her, though. We find out that Helena won. Again, I love Helena. Do not get me wrong.
Win.
But did she win the season 5 top 5 talk show challenge?
Yeah, she did. It happened.
No, I know, but come on.
Well, did anyone else
No one
lose?
won.
Nobody won.
No one won. No one lost.
It was totally...
This was just so silly. Anyway, but congratulations. And in addition to that, Jimbo comes out with a suitcase.
Of titties.
I'm loving her face.
Jimbo?
Lately. She has settled on this one face that I think she looks...
Oh, you mean her paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks so gorgeous.
I agree.
It's crazy.
I'm still a little scared of her.
I know, and you always will be. So she gives her $5,000 from the House of Jimbo and little tiny golden boobies, which I have to be honest with you, if they were real gold, that would have been impressive. I mean, it's impressive that she found boobs that small.
If they were chocolate brown.
Damn it.
You want me to do it again?
No, that was great. The bottom two are Michaela and Perla. Oh. They did so bad at the talking in a thing. Anyway, they wanted Perla to go, so Perla goes.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but I don't know who else I would have chosen to leave.
I agree, but it's also so disheartening. The lip sync was... Perla's a great lip syncer, but Michaela ripping the head off and having a wig underneath.
She was inhibited by her costume, I think, Perla.
By her bust. Yeah. Her bust busted her. Michaela did the Naomi Smalls of it all and did like the backwards thing. The camera stayed on her for so long that I was like, oh, she won.
Yeah.
Like, obviously she won. So Perla goes, which was a punch in the gut. Truly the worst
Not a fan of that.
Not a fan at all.
But something tells me that this isn't the last we'll see of Perla. We're
gonna see her. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe on an All-Stars.
Maybe on a future All-Stars. Whoa. I hope one where she gets money. Oh, they get money in Canada.
They do. But it's Canadian money.
But it's loonies and toonies.
It's loonies and toonies, and like, I'm a Tiny Toons
They're
girl.
tiny, they're toony, they're mini.
So, we move into the grand finale. We start with Venus doing interviews. Really doing a photo shoot where she could be naked.
We gotta be honest.
How interesting. How interesting that today...
Of all days.
Right after we've just watched this episode of her being naked.
It was before I watched it.
She posted poll.
She said when she won that after her step down she would post poll. And she's a woman of her word.
It's huge.
Big.
It's huge.
Huge.
You're
big.
If I had that...
Wouldn't be here.
Girl, no. I would be in the White House.
You would still be in Sidetrack. Oh, sorry.
What does that mean? I got fucked there. Anyway, so congratulations, Venus. Your penis is huge.
Oh, born under Venus. Look for a penis.
I wondered how she came into the competition so confident. Now I get it. Orville Peck is there.
Speaking of hog.
Hot as fuck.
Excuse me.
So hot.
Also, the way he just supports the queens.
He's such a lover of drag. It makes him so much hotter. But also a little insane. Also, just shout out to Utica. Brooklyn was wearing Utica. Even though I saw the post about it on Instagram first, I still would have guessed that was Utica.
It was so beautiful.
It's so cute. I love Utica. I'm so proud of her. Now we get into, they each did their own song. I want to say this. None of the girls were at fault. Okay, top 4, none of this was on you. Mm-mm. Those songs were poo-poo caca.
They were all the same song.
And bad.
They all sounded like, I need a hero.
It truly felt like we were back at the 90s episode. I was like, why does this all sound so outdated?
I didn't hate them. Yeah, it did sound like 90s episode.
90s episode.
Yeah.
So I will say...
Thank God they were quick.
My favorite kind of song. Michaela did To the Sky, Limitless.
I think Michaela's was the only one that fit the bill for me.
Yeah.
With that style.
Yes. I will say that I wish they had mixed her voice differently. But I think the mixing in general for all of them were pretty bad.
Her voice sounded so good.
Minnie did Wonderful. And...
I like that she went comedy, funny.
She knows her strengths. She's playing to them. It was a good time.
That was really good.
Can I be honest with you? Helena, Poison. I liked it.
Oh, I liked it too.
I liked the poison. Like, everything's poison now. Let's kill ourselves. I loved it.
She looked incredible too.
Yeah. And then finally, the stars have aligned. Virgo. I did not know. Mm-hmm. And I know she sung already. I did not know she could do that.
Yeah.
Her voice.
Voice. I think she...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There are few
Virgo
drag queens who have genuinely voice.
Going to Hollywood with that voice.
Regina Voce.
So good.
What's her name from Brazil? Host of Brazil. Hot and Pretty Brazil.
Drag queen.
Oh my God, thank you. Jan and Alexis Bevels. Marsha has a gorgeous voice.
Darby, that was really sweet and supportive.
Well, I'm a big fan of Marsha. I'm just happy for her.
Well, she's in Cabaret. About the earlier one.
Jan. I know.
And then in between
I don't think
two.
Enough people. And then there are other people who have fine enough singing voices, but aren't like amazing singers. But like, you're like, oh yeah, for a drag queen singing, I like that. I like hearing that. You have Trixie, Alaska, me.
Can I say, I think Alaska... Although her range isn't as big, the way she uses her voice is really brilliant.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, could I just listen to someone sing the phone book with that voice? The ones I listed earlier, and I'm not going to list them again. Yes.
But
then I think there are other people who are like...
So you want me to sing the phone book?
Like the Willems.
So you want me to sing the phone book?
The me. Anyway, good job, Virgo.
A for Abbott.
Now, Coronation Eleganza with our returning queens. I was blown away by Terra Nova.
Yes. Terra Nova. Incredible.
Terra Nova looked incredible.
The patchwork.
The patchwork, the face, the hair.
Yeah. Oh. Great. Tiffany & Co. I mean, shiny, bright. Beautiful. The under
it did kind of swallow her a little.
The crinoline was, I think, weighed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But she looked beautiful.
But she was so shiny. Sangina.
Really cool.
The idea was cool. The execution was
Who was that head supposed to be?
Brooklyn. Jaylene Time.
Stop Time.
Looked incredible.
This is so fucking beautiful.
This design is called Every Child Matters. I don't always love a stoned wig, but when used correctly, I'm obsessed.
The way it frames her face, the way she did her makeup, the way that the dress is just on itself without the meaning, and then the meaning and the...
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
That's the most beautiful, I think.
It's so good. And then in the middle of Untucked, when they're kind of airing out grievances, she suddenly says, okay, everyone, I just want to acknowledge the elephant in the room. And everyone goes, like, oh God, I hope Mama Jaylene's not mad. We don't want to make Jaylene mad. And she goes, I look amazing.
Right.
Jaylene!
Excuse me.
I love her. I'm so happy we met her. Oh my God. I didn't fully understand what it was supposed to be doing, but it gave me Uma.
Yeah.
I said that too loud. That wasn't believable. Xana. Now, I like it because it's cunt and it's mean. And that's Xana. Is it a finale look?
I don't like it.
Okay. And our final returning queen is Perla.
It's really cool.
I loved it.
Just on itself, maybe would not be as cool, but the veil.
The veil and the way she was presenting it.
So beautiful.
She did such a great job.
She's a style icon.
Absolutely agree.
Gonna need to see what she's wearing in the future.
Perla. I bet we do see her in the future.
Something tells me.
I have a feeling. Then our top four, we have the Virgo Queen.
Oh my God, this is so fucking beautiful.
It was so good. It was so good.
It's literally so beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Then we had Helena.
Cool.
It was so cool. It was simple, but the movement of it and the reflection.
But it also went with her whole brand and the vibe.
I agree.
It was like Hexus.
It was hot.
Remember Hexus from Ferngully?
No. Then we have Minnie Wang. Gorge.
Really cool. Really beautiful.
0 notes. Gorge.
Really beautiful.
Then we have Michaela Couture. Gorge. 0 notes.
Oh, holy fuck. 0 notes.
My heart went out during the lip sync, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
So instead of talk to your baby pictures, they said, here's a picture of you and Venus. Talk to this picture.
Yeah.
I love when they do that. They did that with... What was Raja's Canada versus the World? Same thing. It was like a picture of her on a rocket. And they're like, what would you say to this girl on a rocket? It's like, that was me earlier today.
Yeah.
I fast forwarded through it, so I don't know what they said. Okay, now. I don't. I hate that part. I will be honest with you. I will never watch that part. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear what you have to say to a baby you, let alone to the person you were this morning. Like, fuck off. Okay, so then we get to Miss Congeniality, the return of Kitten Caboodle. I gotta be honest, she fell right on my brain. I was so happy to put her back in.
Oh, yes, we do.
So they announced Miss Congeniality is Jaylene Time.
Of course
rightfully
it is.
so.
Mother.
That had to have been a unanimous vote. I can't imagine anyone else. Then we find out, which I don't always love, but I understand, they cut 2 people from the top. Yeah. So the top 4 come back out. They cut Helena and Minnie. With the trajectory of the show, I understand it.
Yeah.
Did I like it? No. Virgo and Michaela are lip syncing from this moment on Shania Twain.
I wrote it down for us to sing at the Valentine's Day thing.
I love singing that song.
Let's do it.
I love the idea that both of these children were born after the song was popular. It must have felt like them performing Elvis Presley. Like, it must have felt so old. There you go. Oh, sorry. I interrupted your dumb lean. Go ahead. Lean, so you're dumb.
Okay, say Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Who?
Yeah, that bitch is dumb. Michaela, unfortunately, had a giant anvil on her head.
Venus just... Virgo just owns the stage.
Oh, we just talked about Venus and her penis, so it's on your mind.
Yeah. Virgo just owned the stage. And she did it without having to struggle with the fact that she was in a beautiful gown. She just was so good.
Michaela, unfortunately,
She was restricted.
Yes. Now, Venus returns, and she's dressed as the Venus.
Always returns.
She's dressed as the Venus.
In your 29th year, I think.
I liked the idea of it. I really liked the idea of Venus's look.
I liked it. Oh, but the wire.
The wire, and then the giant ball in the middle.
I liked it.
She looked beautiful, though.
And
Good
she
for
showed
her
giant
cock. Oh, Pearl. I'm sorry. So we find out the winner is the Virgo Queen.
From Venus to Virgo. Horoscopes are very in. Trend alert. Congratulations.
Horoscopes. Also, kind of a horizontal win. Now, that is not taking away Virgo's win. I think it was well deserved.
Yeah. Could have easily gone to Michaela.
And we finished Virgo's season. We just didn't do the finale. Or not Virgo. Venus. See, they have the same name.
We did. It's in the Patreon. Just join the Patreon. It's in the upper level.
That's not true. So
DM me.
Somebody commented.
Venmo me.
Somebody commented.
I'll send you the footage.
You know what? I'm going to pull it up right now.
Pull up the fucking receipt.
I wanted to wait until credits chat to do this because I did ask our patrons. But this
is a credit chat.
They put it so perfectly, and I couldn't.
What do you say to reading comments? What That shit works. Raise your yaya.
Paul, you're a fucking genius.
Oh!
You know Paul from Patreon.
Join our Patreon.
Paul says, if they're going to pick the winners early in the season, they need to come up with some more compelling storylines for them. I think the Virgo Queen is a great winner, but I just wasn't excited by her trajectory at all. I had the same issue with Venus last season. I completely agree. Virgo deserved the win. She absolutely did. However, we weren't rooting.
We were all looking at Michaela.
We were looking at Michaela.
Michaela delivered an incredible season.
We were looking at Helena.
We were looking at Helena.
They all had storylines where they developed, they grew, they changed. Virgo, if anything, she did poorly at the end of the season. There was no growth. There was no, where's she going to go from here? Which I thought was so strange because the other girls were afraid of her. When the final four came in for their last day, they're sitting around the table and they're asked like, well, who do you think your biggest competition is? Or who would you not want to have to go up against? And every single person said Virgo. So clearly she was a threat. It didn't seem that way because the last two episodes she didn't perform well, but they almost forgot about her storyline.
They did.
And I thank you so much, Paul, because I did have the same feeling about Venus. I just couldn't put it.
Yeah,
I couldn't figure
there's nothing wrong with this meal. It's a delicious meal.
Yes.
I maybe thought I was going to get something different. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Nymphia Wynn's win, because Nymphia had a great storyline at the beginning and then just kind of fell off, and then they gave her the crown. And it's not that she didn't deserve the crown. They didn't do her right by her with the storyline they gave her. But that is not to say she didn't deserve it. She absolutely did. Congratulations, our current reigning, the Virgo Queen.
Incredible season.
I'm going to call her the.
Is she going to show a poll with her step down?
Virgo?
Just asking.
That was it. We did it.
Oh my God.
We did 6
We ran a marathon. We also watched the new episode of Drag Race Season 17 and the Untucked. So we watched
a lot.
About 8 hours of
Drag
Race.
You split it into 2 days. I will say that I was going to do the same, but then my husband had to do Disco Biscuits, and I didn't want to watch that. So I said, I'm so sorry, I have to work. Thank you, everyone, for watching this season along with us at the exact same pace that we did.
Yes.
If you enjoyed this and you'd like to come back for another exactly the samely paced season, come on over to subscribe it and to like it.
Join us on Patreon at patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOW.
We're also both on Cameo.
We also could do cameos.
All of our merch at dragqueenmerch.com.
And check wherever you get your podcast, because IMHO, the podcast, is up. Search In My Homosexual Opinion. We'll get the IMHO in there later.
We do need to work on that, and we will. And we absolutely will. We're listening to you. We're listening to you.
Yeah.
We're listening. All right, thank you. Goodbye. I did want to read from some of our patrons again. I'm having so much fun doing this. Because these are the names, like, okay, for those of you who don't know, our patrons, I'm the one that does all the editing. You knew that. But I do have to check the Patreon names and make sure that they're current and, you know, every time I post a video. So I look at these names all the time. So to see them come to life and see someone like Paul from Patreon leave a comment that, like, made me go, what? It's like when you read a book, okay? And what happens at night? They come alive. What's that?
Oh, you fall into the book? Never-ending Story?
Maybe. Can I tell you I've never seen it all the way through? It was just something that was on TBS our entire childhood.
Okay,
so I've seen bits and pieces.
There are two.
Oh, it's the big
There's
dog
actually
in both?
3, but there's 2.
Is the big dog in both?
The big dog is in both.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, you got to get really high, and we'll watch it.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this. SK, I agree. They said the exact same thing. Virgo definitely deserved the crown, but I wasn't expecting her to win just because I feel like they didn't give her any storyline. Everyone else in the top 4 had one. What do you think of the judges saying Minnie Wang was the fashion queen of the season? I thought her fashions were
Perla's the
shockingly
fashion queen
great,
of the season.
but Perla, I just don't. There's some, and it's not totally the judges' fault.
Guys.
Because it does have to do with the edit and what we're seeing and what they actually get to experience.
Yeah.
They don't get to experience Perla the same way we do.
Yeah.
So I'm not totally mad at them for it, but it does seem like an obvious choice. But Minnie also made some incredible runways.
Minnie's you said it. Minnie's entire package was stellar.
Don't talk about her package. We just settled this. I'm married. We
the
can't do this.
little outfit when she was working with Orville
Oh,
Peck.
I know. Just shut up. I'd watch that one.
If I had that body, I would wear things like that too. She looks great.
Cosma. Okay, Cosma says, not gonna lie, the top 2 just felt predetermined. The season had like 3 write your own verse challenges, and they were pretty much the only ones that excelled at that, while Helena and Minnie did good every week. On top of that, there were being no rusical, makeover, or roast as well, just made the whole thing rather forgettable in one note. Perla and Jaylene were definitely the standouts, though, and I would love to see more of them. Yeah, I agree. I think that they did do some new things, but they did drop a lot of the fun stuff. And then the biggest thing we were looking forward to, Snatch Game, typically is the biggest, was such a fucking flop.
I don't think anyone should do Snatch Game anymore.
I agree. I think Snatch Game should be...
an all-stars thing.
Yes. Whoa! Okay. But they won't. But they won't.
But they won't.
Okay, you need to read. This is from Liz. This just, for some reason, this speaks Alexis to me.
Liz B says, I hope Michaela comes back for an all-stars season. 21 is so young, and I feel like she will be even more fun to watch in a few years. Also, I lulled when Helena called Virgo Gay Inspector Gadget. It was a fabulous quote, and Helena was right.
Why was Liz Southern?
I felt it in my bone.
I just thought, I've never heard anyone say this before, and so it just really, I thought maybe it would resonate with you. She hopes that Michaela comes back for All-Stars.
What else the fuck am I supposed to say? We have reviewed 9,000 of these.
Okay, Grayson.
I will say.
Shut up, Grayson. You know what? Let Grayson have his moment. I'm going to let Grayson have his moment.
Okay.
I really appreciate the production choices Canada makes to be different. The golden and wooden beavers, designing a dress for Brooklyn, everyone getting finale song. The execution is often rough, but I like that they mix things up so it doesn't get boring like regular Drag Race with the same twists and formats over and over. And I think that's a very positive thing to say, Grayson. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I do wish there was a little stuff that was a little better done, but I completely agree with you. Chris said, Jaylene time, Jaylene time, Jaylene time, and also Jaylene time. Honestly, despite its flaws, I think Canada's biggest strength is their casting. Inevitably, in any season across any franchise, the best parts are the individual queens, their talent, and their points of view. Canada might do the best job of consistently giving space for us to learn about and appreciate them in a way that doesn't feel contrived, even if they go home earlier than we'd like. The competition might not have been built to showcase Jaylene in the strongest light, but she transcends the show, and I'm glad people are gravitating toward her. I also really love Sanjina and can't wait to see how she grows in the future. Chris, I completely agree.
I do too.
That's, I think, what makes the Virgo and the Venus of it all so frustrating, is because they do such a great job of allowing us to get to know these girls and to see their growth. And then sometimes they completely forget.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like, well, they're doing so well, they'll probably win anyway. Let's just.
I liked seeing Venus's growth.
Oh, okay. This next comment made a list, and I appreciate that.
Can I read one of the list items?
Yeah, of course. This is from Mason.
Mm-hmm. He, him.
Uh-huh. He, him.
Brad's fake laugh haunts.
That is not what Mason sounds like. Mason, wait, let me look at this picture.
Let me look.
Oh, actually, it might. He looks cool as hell.
Okay. Don't report him.
No.
Okay, I won't. Let me read.
Let me do Mason's voice and what I think it is.
Okay.
I'm Mason.
No.
Like my hat?
No. Okay. Brad's fake laugh haunts me. It echoes off the walls of my dreams like some sort of possessed doll.
Possessed?
Reading it out.
Funny. Perla, I agree. Perla shouldn't have been in the bottom. Minnie should have. Direct but fair.
I don't agree with you, but I also don't. I didn't want Perla to go.
Yeah, the whole episode was a bummer.
Jaylene
is a gem.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh!
Jaylene's a gem. Virgo and Michaela were consistent throughout the competition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were. Overall, let's do it together. Canada
is a franchise.
It's a franchise of Drag Race. That's all I got. Okay, well, that was a lot more negative than I thought it was going to be. But Mason, good points. You made some good points.
Oh, there's one more.
All right, everyone,
there's
we
one
have
more
to go.
comment.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching with us, and we will see you in Canada.
There's one more comment.
Goodbye.
It's right here. I can read it. It just said, Alexis looks really beautiful. Thank you. So raise your yeah.
Yeah.